What's gross? This one's gross. That's what's gross. Ew. What do you mean ew?
Sticker. It's gave you.
I made it to a heart.
Yep.
You pretty
Wiggle
much
your
have
fingers.
to get,
Yeah, like this. Look it.
you have to get pretty far up in there.
Just go like.
Hello friends, hi, welcome back. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Darian. If you've been around for a while, then welcome back. Today's video is actually, we're in the orchard, so today's video is going to be an update on our orchard. Because let me tell you, I didn't think it was worth a video, and then my husband was like, maybe you should, because there's a lot of interesting things going on. So I'm going to give you an update on how the orchard is going that we just planted on our new homestead here in Southern Ontario. So let's dive in. So I'll have to go back and check to see when we planted the orchard. It has to be like maybe 2 months ago we got this planted. I'll have to double check. Maybe 2 months ago we planted our orchard. So we currently have 10 trees planted in the ground, and then we have 2 trees that are not planted in the ground because they're too small, and we were kind of worried about animals eating it. And I'll show you what those 2 trees look like in their pots right now. But anyway, let's do an update. So unfortunately, this one's looking pretty sad these days. This is my cherry tree. It's looking pretty sad compared to the other trees. We had a lot of like really cold nights, unfortunately, but I snapped a branch and it still looks pretty lively inside. So we're gonna leave it and see what happens this year. This one is our nectarine tree, and same thing. It did not like having the really cold nights lately, but it's still doing good on the inside, so we're gonna keep and see how the nectarine's gonna take. But the rest are doing great. We totally left the tags on temporarily just so we'd remember which tree was which. So this one's a pear tree, and it's doing really well. It's actually doing this well. You see that? We have growth. Got pears. This one is our combo tree. So these are new. And we found one in our area. So it's a triple plum tree. It has 3 different varieties of, 4 different varieties of plum trees all put together into one tree. They graft them to the main one, which is actually really fascinating. But anyway, so this one is like, the bugs are loving it, so I'm gonna have to spray it. I didn't want to. I don't like spraying trees personally, but I also don't want all the bugs to eat all my leaves. So it's definitely had interesting, but we do got some little plums starting on this one too, so it's looking good in that sense. It's doing pretty well actually, considering all the bug bites. Like, there's still plums, but I will say, which variety is this one? The Mustang plum, black ice plum Mustang. This one seems to be having the most growth for actual like plums starting compared to the other ones, but still, growth is growth at the end of the day. So I think this one's a peach. Yeah, Red Haven peach. And if you can tell, I am so thrilled. Look at that. There's just so much growth on this peach tree. Like, that is stunning. Like, this one is like thriving. It's actually insane how many are growing on here. So we're really pumped about this one. This one I think is another pear tree. Yeah. And it has lots of little pears starting on it. Look at that. Oh, we got a whole bunch more starting. So the pear tree is definitely doing really well actually. I actually might cut this one off. I was told by a local orchard guy that I should maybe cut those 2 off, so I might do that. This one I think is apple? Honeycrisp apple, yep. So this apple one, same thing. They recommended I trim off these bottom branches, so I might. But we got some little apples starting all over it, which is super, super exciting. This one's another peach one, and same thing. These peach ones I think are doing the best. Like, I could be here all day to show you each individual little peach starting on this tree. But it's just mind-blowing how many are, like, it's so healthy. Really happy with how the peach trees are both doing. Like, very, very happy. What do we got here? Honeycrisp apple, the other apple tree. And same thing. I should probably cut those. I should probably go get my clippers while I'm thinking about it. But we have so much growth. Like, we're actually gonna have fruit on the first year of these ones being here, which is amazing. This one won't have fruit this year because this is already kind of past season in our area. So this is an apricot tree. It's doing really well actually, but it's really tiny compared to the rest. So like, it's probably half the size of all the other trees in here at least, but it was the only one we could find throughout all the nurseries in our area. So, but regardless, it might be smaller, but it's still doing really well. It has lots of leaves on it, so it's healthy. It was in full bloom when the season was here, which was right after we planted it, is when apricot season was here, and it was full blooms, but no fruit, but that's okay. But we got lots of growth. So this will be a big, beautiful tree. Oh, the trees are all doing exceptionally well. I'm so excited. Except for, like I said, the nectarine tree and the cherry tree. They're looking a little sad these days. I'm not gonna write them off just yet. I'm gonna wait because the nectarine tree was in the pot for the last 2 years on our own old homestead. So I don't know if it's just, you know, it's still healthy on the inside, like in the stick, in the trunk. So we'll wait and see what happens this year. It, you know, you never know. It just might be shock, transplant shock that happens with plants. Sometimes they come around, sometimes they don't. So we'll keep an eye on these two trees and see what happens. But other than that, we are so excited that these trees are all thriving. One thing I will note is we decided to purchase trees this year for the orchard that were a little bit more mature. So generally you pay more money for the tree to be a little bit more mature. The nursery we found these ones at actually was a very good price point for more mature trees. So a lot of these trees that we planted that I just showed you that already have fruit growing on them, they're 4 years old approximately. So where most nurseries, when you buy a fruit tree, they're like a year or two and then you have to wait another couple years. So these ones are already matured to 4 or 5 years. So that's why we're starting to see fruit already on them. Like I said, it's usually a little bit of a price difference for more mature trees because you get your fruit sooner. And when we were pricing out everything between all the nurseries, it wasn't that big of a difference for us to buy the ones that were a little bit more mature. So we went with that decision, and I'm really happy that we did. Because to be honest, with the stress of planting an orchard within the first few months of moving to our new homestead, that was very stressful. So I'll be very happy that we can see some of the reap the rewards sooner than what we had originally expected, right? So now we're gonna walk over to where I keep all my pots and plants, and I will show you the other 2 fruit trees that we have that are not in the ground in the orchard. They might go over next year or the year after. We haven't fully decided yet. Kind of gonna play it by ear and see what they look like, see what happens and their growth in the pots and see. But anyway, if you've seen the first video, I'll link it down below, the orchard video. They were pawpaw trees. So we had purchased 2 pawpaw trees, but they were only like 6 inches tall. So they were really, really tiny. And we have a lot of critters around. A lot of rabbits, a lot of deer, all that kind of stuff. So we were a little bit afraid that they would either get trampled or eaten. So they're over here in my lovely pot soil section where I keep other plants that need to be potted up. So I'll flip this around and show you how they're doing. Okay, so don't mind this, I'm trying to save this, but so this one is my pawpaw. I just reused a pot that I had. So this one and this one. These are the 2 pawpaw trees. So they're actually doing really well. Get this out to show you a better view of just it. Yeah, they're only like 6 inches, so they're not very big, but still a rabbit would eat all those leaves instantly and chew down the stick or even step on it, to be honest. So we'll just keep it in the pot, see what happens. anyways, that's it. Short, simple video today, just to give you an update, to show you how the orchard is doing, show you all that beautiful fruit that is coming in. We are so ecstatic. It really does feel great to see progress, because like I said, when I was planting those trees, I dug all those holes by hand, by myself. It was very exhausting, very frustrating, because we had only been on the property for a couple months, and you know, that's a big decision to put in an orchard when you first move. Usually it's something you wait a while, but I don't wait. If you know me at all, I'm a very, let's do this. Once I have an idea in my head, it is go time. So after all the stress and headaches with it, I am so happy to see all this growth. It makes me so happy to see that they're thriving, they're doing well, and yeah. So anyway, friends, thanks for watching our journey. If you like our content or you're just nosy, you're allowed to be. You want to see what we're up to in our homestead here on our 1 acre homestead in Southern Ontario, go ahead and subscribe to us to see all of our fun videos of updates. I cannot wait. So anyway, friends, have a great day.